we get that crazy neon green that everybody loves, like the background color. I guess
I
it's the background color.
I love that color. That's
It's like the thing that everybody like, oh, can you 3D print me something? Sure. You get this neon green thing. Like, okay, that's going to stick out like a sore thumb.
I mean, I have black, red, orange, green, purple because I have a child. Pink because she's a girl child. She loves pink and purple. You know, I've got multicolor. I've got silk.
Silk.
Well, I mean, it's like silk texture. It's
Yeah.
some of
We've been
it's
talking
multi.
about 3D printers, and I'm like, if I get a 3D printer, that thing's got to go to work every morning. Because what I've seen is a lot of people have 3D printers, and then they print one thing, and then the skills atrophy, and the hot end gets all gummed up because they haven't used it and didn't put it away properly.
That doesn't work that way. So whoever told you that, it doesn't get gunked up from not getting used. That's
No, it
not how
gets
that
gunked up from
works.
not being put away. I was
Nope, that's still not how that works.
okay.
You
Then
print,
why
it
do you
works.
replace the hot end?
What now?
Why do you have to replace the hot end?
If you have a print disaster, or if you want to print something abrasive like carbon fiber filaments or glass fiber or glow in the dark, and if you ask me to print any glow in the dark sex toys, that shit is not happening. I'm sorry, that's not
Glow in the
happening.
dark, no. Sex toys, no.
Okay, just,
I'm
just
I'm
what I mean. I'm a
comfortable.
bud, but there's
I'm
just some
okay.
things. It's like
I'm
going
good.
in that aisle for my
I mean,
wife at the store. That
when
ain't gonna
you
happen.
see it, it might look like one to your imagination, but to me, it's just a towel holder. It's fine.
Right. We aren't.
Colin, changing
We're
the
not.
subject quickly.
We're not getting the chat. I'm not getting the chat.
You're not getting the chat. I am. So I got maybe I haven't gotten fresh chat. Colin dropped in a membership milestone. It is the beginning of the month, so this is the beginning of your use it time.
Sorry. There we go. I don't
Yeah,
know.
so you got
Maybe
it
it
now.
is. Yeah.
So, somebody say hi to Jim. Jim's not feeling the chat right now.
What's up, peeps? Free
So
bird.
if you'd like to become a member, there are a couple of membership benefits, not many, but there are a couple of them. You get a special secret private room and you get early access to any new product launches and discount codes when the product launches come out. Jody, member for 30 months.
We made
Yes,
Jody feel uncomfortable.
I agree, Jody. Jim started it. Wasn't
No, I
me.
didn't know what you wanted me to print. I was afraid.
They're boxes. Well, I guess that's still not descriptive enough in the right direction, is it?
Right.
All right. So, all right. Somebody just yelled at somebody over there. Nate, thank you very much. Member for 4 months, much appreciated. And there are multiple levels of membership, and we talked about this on Jim's show on Sunday, but I had such lousy internet I couldn't tell you. But actually, I have the I Won't Hassle You tier of membership. So you have GMRS, Tech, General, Extra, and then I have an adopted dad level of membership. And I will call you dad if you subscribe at that level
I
of
just called
membership.
that research or grad student or something.
Yeah. I don't know if you've ever looked at my membership levels. The adopted dad is like
Oh no,
$99.
lab fellow. I don't have a $99 level because I don't
It's
think
totally a
anyone's
joke.
crazy enough.
I'm not going to complain if somebody signs up for it, but totally a joke.
Fred
Howdy,
Word.
Jim. There we go. So tonight is the first Monday, which is when we do our Q&A session for the last four weeks, 5 weeks, depending on how long it's been since the last first Monday, because of the way the calendar system isn't logical. It's empirical, not metric.
Thank God.
Right. We've been telling you, drop your comments in the link in the description for the what's it called? Frank's going to drop it in the chat here for you for the form and how much to pick on you constantly. John, it's on. Um, so that way we get a little bit of context. That way we're not waiting with the YouTube delay between you asking, hey, I have a question, us saying, hey, what's your question? You saying, my question's about antennas. Great. What antenna are you talking about? Oh, it's a wire antenna. Great. For what bands? What's your problem with it? We don't want to do the back and forth. We want to get the context. So there's a form that you can fill out that gives all the context. If you do the questions in the questionnaire in the form, totally free to answer. If you are going to be presumptive, if you're going to be a Karen, if you're going to be one of those people that needs to butt in line and be answered first, we are happy to oblige. If you drop a question in the chat in the form of a super chat, we will bring you right to the head of the line. So I'm not saying I'm encouraging it, but I'm encouraging it. Let's see.
I'm going to throw this out there because apparently you were saying this while Bill was posting this message.
Do you think it's okay to answer this one?
He's got an Alaska call, so that's like special dispensation.
True, KL5, yeah.
It's rare. It's rare, right? Bill, normally, if you're going to hot put a question up and expect us to answer it. We need a super chat with it.
Ooh, wait,
Otherwise, fill out
I
the
can answer
form.
this. I
Go
can
ahead.
answer this.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Yes. I was going to
Okay.
say that too. Yeah. So, Bill, there's the answer to your question. Yes. More information, fill out the form, put it in the form of a super chat.
Yes, it's going to be that kind of show, folks, as always.
He's going to
We
send in the form. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate it.
we do
Super chat's fine too.
Yeah.
We don't need an interpretive dance or nothing. Just,
Right.
you know.
Get to the back of the line, wait your turn, we'll get there, hopefully.
Right.
So we do a licensing session on the fourth Monday of the month. That way we give you plenty of time between now and then. That way we've answered your questions and you can kind of hopefully memorize our answers and know that those aren't the ones to use on the test when you fill it out. Where you can get your tech license or you can upgrade to general or extra, and we are there for you to help you out with that process. Frank's going to drop a link for that as well. If you'd like to be a volunteer examiner coordinator, we also got that covered. You can use one of us as your sponsor. We'll get you in, and then you can participate in helping other people get their licenses upgraded. You have to be at least a general in order to do that.
Right.
Techs can't test techs. Generals can't test generals. Nobody can test an extra because there's nothing higher than an extra. So extras get to test each other as well, and
We're
also
cool.
every level below that. It's one of the extra privileges you get as an extra.
Yeah, it's a lot like the paramedic National Registry boards. Basics can't test anybody. You had to be an intermediate to test basics, and paramedics can test themselves. That seems legitimate.
Yeah, right. That works. All right. So first question, Jim. What do we got?
Okay, the first question is from Boston Johnny.
That's like the first and last question. We only have one, or is this last week's question plus a fresh one?
No, this is the fresh one. This is the fresh one from Boston
Okay.
Johnny. There we go.
Cutting line. Thank you, Bill.
Are we cutting line?
Yeah.
Okay, go.
Go. So Bill dropped in the super chat as required, and I removed it from the
I'm
screen.
clicking the buttons.
Got it.
Stop.
What mobile radios have a Bluetooth TNC? The Vero VRN7600 is a 50-watt mobile that has a Bluetooth TNC built in. And then some of the Kenwoods, and Jim, you might know the model numbers better because you have one that has a built-in TNC.
The D710, I believe. It is not Bluetooth, though. I think it requires a data cable.
Bluetooth, that's right.
He said Bluetooth, so that kind of narrows it down a lot.
Yeah, that does.
Kenwood ain't got Bluetooth.
The newly hyped up but not yet released or ready for purchase ICOM 5200 has a Bluetooth TNC, I have been told as well.
Probably the Kenwood D750 that is also hyped up but not yet released. We'll have it.
Vero N7600, I've got a couple of videos on the Vero on my channel. They've got a link in there to save you, I want to say $10 off. And then also they have the companion HT that goes with it. So they had the N7500, which I think also has it in there due to a firmware update.
I don't know because I sold mine. It's a long ago.
And then the 76 mobile, and then the 76 HT, and then the 7600 mobile has it in there. So that is the three that I know of that you can get. And the reason why I brought up the older two is because they've had lots of time to evolve and make the system better. And so that's why it's got that. Next one in is from our friend Doc Brad. Why did Jim suggest selling his Flex?
I just said I'm thinking about it. That's all.
Well, you got a new baby. You got something new and shiny on your desk. That
I do.
Flex,
it's off camera, but I have a FT1000MP that Boston Johnny helped me get because he scored it for me at Ham Exposition up in Boston or the Boston area. And I have been just tearing up POTA hunting with this thing all weekend.
200 watts.
30, 40, 50 contacts in the last 2 days. I've lost count.
Right.
And I'm getting awesome signal reports. And this is not a new radio. This thing is super late 90s, early 2000s, and it was only released for like 2 or 3 years. It's the 1000MP Mark V. And it's a pretty cool radio. I'm enjoying it.
And then he wants to know, when does TNC action return to Nuggets? That's a I don't know. I need to talk to K0WAV and figure out which version he has. And then I want to make sure that we can get in sync because we were never able to successfully make a long distance HF TNC contact. We made some 2-meter contacts. We did some APRS stuff. We built some TNCs. We explored a whole bunch of old technology that was so old that the manuals have just been lost to the ether. They're just gone forever. and I had a lot of fun with it. But it's what we found out was that nobody has a start to finish guide from you have a piece of hardware to you have a working system. And I also bought a book at Huntsville Hamfest. North 49 rating. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. It'll be for sale.
I'm not going to tell you what I paid for it because I might want to, get a taste
Yeah.
when I resell
Yeah.
it. I mean,
Well, you cleaned it up. You signed the inside of the case somewhere
right,
inconspicuous.
right. Don, of course you prefer your 101D. It's like 25 years newer. Whatevs, Don. Don't
Of
care.
course.
I mean, if I had one of those, I'd prefer it too, but I like
And
old radios.
Don's asking questions without super chat, so we can't answer them.
I, good. Yes, that's right, Donald.
All right, so back to Boston Johnny's question because he got interrupted twice.
He did. He said he is looking to deploy an antenna at his office. VHF, UHF, non-issue, but what type of HF can he use on a flat commercial building roof?
Oh, well, he can stick anything up there. He's got, I mean, we know a little bit about this fine gentleman here. He's got square footage on the roof if it's the roof that I'm thinking of. So he's got plenty of, horizontal space in all directions. So he could very easily put up a DX Commander. I mean, he needs to figure out some creative way of guying it. He could very easily put up a dipole, a Zygu VG4 vertical. It's a 4-band vertical, hence the 4 in the name. Tons of antennas that you can get up on that kind of space because, he's got kind of like a parking lot for a roof.
Yeah, I mean, I would go with the DX Commander. Guying it'll be the biggest thing because you're going to need to guy it, and I would absolutely have a lightning arrestor on it, since it's going to be a tall thing sticking up on your roof. Unless you're in an office park full of trees, I don't know.
The DX Commander has its own ground plane system built into it, so you don't really need to worry about like what do you connect it to.
Right. Yeah, I mean that's a good all-around antenna, and it's just easy to build. And once you deploy it, that's great. And nobody's going to be mowing on your roof, Jonathan, so you don't have to worry about the yard guy getting your radials.
Yeah, I mean the worst thing is the air conditioner repair guy walking up there.
Yeah. Get a rooftop tower and a beam. There you go.
Beam. That'll work.
Yeah.
If it's a metal roof, use the roof itself.
Well, I guess you could use it for radials instead of having to fool with radials.
Yeah, I've never thought about it. I mean, I've thought about it. I've never done it. I mean, do you have so much of a ground plane that it's overkill? Is that such a thing? I mean, you've got a solid, let's put a number out there, 1,000 square feet of metal beneath your antenna.
Oh, you got more than that. I mean, well, it depends on your building. But
yeah.
I mean, like our building is like 300 by 80 or 100, I'm guessing. So I'm looking at 24,000 to 30,000 square feet of roof. I mean, you could put up a John Gendron phased array on that roof.
Oh yeah, he's got plenty of space for that, I'm sure.
With DX Commanders and do the 3 or 4 elements. The new thing John's working on.
Oh yeah, you have to have a couple different delay lines for that too.
Yep.
Lee has said ATAS and Tom has said ATAS, and I think he's got no complaints from the boss because he is the boss.
Right.
Or if he's not the boss, he's sleeping with the boss, if you know what I mean.
Right.
And then Sean has come back and said he still uses his 450. I like the 450. It is a fantastic radio, built-in tuner. One of the things that I have trouble with, and maybe it's the 450 that I used, is the highest WR foldback circuit kicks in faster than the tuner can tune. So sometimes it's really a pain in the butt to get it to tune. But, entry-level radio, a couple of generations old. No offense. I mean, I like old radios. I got a bunch of them. And data capable with the data cable with the Toads DI would do you. And then it's got a built-in tuner, which is nice.
I mean, like the one that Don asked why I like the 1000. I didn't wake up going, I've got to get a 1000 today. I stumbled across one at Dayton, and Joe Brett and I were walking around, and the guy was selling it. It was not the 200 watt model. He was selling it for like $550, and I was pondering it. But I wanted to come back and talk to my Yaesu guy, Chuck, and Ape, and see what they said. And I did, and Chuck was like, yes, that's a good radio, you should buy that. And I go back, and that guy was gone. And then we were at Huntsville, and I found another MP 1000, and I think it was FT 1000, I think it was the 200 watt model. I went to consult with Kansas Tom and Kansas Jeff, and I came back and it was gone, sold. So then Jonathan knew I was looking for this and stumbled across this at the Ham Exposition up in Foxborough or Boston or wherever it was. And
Jim, you might have to do a penalty
just,
super chat for that.
it's just a cool radio. That's all.
You might have to do a penalty super chat.
I could do that
because you answered a question that wasn't in the sheet.
Well,
cut in line.
Theoretically, we were talking about old radios. I mean, theoretically. So I was just that was a little bit of exposition about
this
old
is
radios.
Your one warning. Or else what? An ICOM 701, is that a thing? I've never heard of that. Great, now I gotta go look. Now I gotta have one. Oh yeah. Yep, that'll work. That's the thing. Like, people always talk about old ham radios. Thank you, Jim. Jim with the $2 punitive super chat.
Quit clicking. Thank you.
So people keep talking about why old ham radios stay up in value. They stay up in value because ham radio doesn't change that frequently. So they still work. You can still get online with them. And in theory, it's like the ham's credo is I must experiment, even if that means experimenting with old, outdated stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's a cool, okay, straight up. It's a cool looking radio. That's it.
Oh, Q&A jail. I like it. The sin bin. Thank you, Jody.
What did Jody? Strike one, Jim Gary. No. I paid the fine.
He's safe this time. Safe. All right, what's next?
All right. The next question is from James, KI5OEB James. What size solder do you use with electronic boards like tonight? What size for PL259s? That apparently was an old question. Yes, it is.
It's an old question, but let me see if I can find it. I know I can tell you Kester 6337, but the size has worn off of my.
I mean, if you're doing something small, James, you don't need big fat solder, right?
020.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a standard-ish size. I'm sure Jeff could answer that question more because he's way more electronics than either one of us, or Jody or some Bricker, some of those guys in the chat. I mean, it's not so much the size of the solder for a PL259, it's the heat in the iron.
Motion of the pencil.
Yep, that's exactly right. Size does not matter.
So I use the 020. I've used it for everything, including big, huge honking stuff. I just used more of it. And it's a 1 pound spool, and I've built multiple computers, multiple radios, multiple kits. Everything that you've seen on all of my channels combined that have required solder have come from the spool in question. A couple of things that my kids helped me with a couple of things I helped my kids with when I was teaching them how to solder, and a bunch of repairs that they did. So plenty of stuff.
All right. Jason, thank you for the $3 super chat.
It's a super sticker. That's why.
Super sticker.
Why did you type all that? And what does that mean? And it's if you're watching, we can't see it, but you can see it. If you're watching YouTube, you actually see a pear going like this, a literal piece of fruit cartoon doing that.
Yeah, that was weird.
I was like, is that a question? I get it. It works.
Clinidev has a great answer. Have several on hand. Solder's fairly cheap, and you can twist stuff together. Yeah,
I've never done it.
I mean,
but it depends on what you're working on. I'm not doing plumbing with this stuff. I'm building circuit boards.
Right, and if you're trying to braze copper pipes, you probably want fat solder.
You probably don't want lead in it.
Probably not. It's probably not code. You ready for a new one?
I am.
Gary, WSJN 304. That's a GMRS call. Okay.
Nice.
Gary Graham. Gary said he has a problem trying to Bluetooth his UV32 to his phone. OD Master does not have UV32 on the list. Help me, please. Thank y'all.
The UV32 is fairly new, so keep waiting for an OD Master update. But again, we're experimenters, and do this at your own risk, because I don't know if it's going to brick the radio or not. But you could try a different variant of UV Baofeng, or the Abri AR
Mm-hmm.
version or something like that. Don, we had a problem with this. People paying for other people's questions.
It's accounting, Don. It makes us tired. We have to math in our heads on the
Now I got to
fly.
go find this question that he's talking about
I
too,
know,
because he
because
didn't
let me
re-ask it.
let me roll back and see if we can find it.
I
Oh,
found it. I
you
found it.
got it. Okay.
So since Don, thank you very much for this. Don, the answer to your question about the SDS 200, what are your thoughts on the scanner? The SDS uniform, I think he means Uniden, and that was autocorrect.
It's awesome.
The SDS 200 is the handheld, right?
No, the SDS 100 is the
100.
handheld. It is a trunking P25 NXDN DMR capable scanner. You have to pay for NXDN and DMR if you want that functionality. It comes with P25 Phase 2 out of the box. It's an awesome scanner. I have both. The SDS 200 is the desktop model. It has a color screen, so does the handheld, which is in a drawer, I think, right here.
I'm not sure you can get a better scanner though.
There's one or two models I've heard that may be close, but the thing with the SDS scanners, and this might be a thing for you and it may not be, if you live in an area with a simulcast system, the Uniden scanners are very superior about picking out the correct tower to talk to. So like with a multicast or simulcast, that might be I can't remember if that's the right word.
Hey, Patrick.
But they're really good about working with it. If you have a scanner that can decode P25, but it doesn't really understand how to deal with the multicast system, it can get a little weird. So that's the best I can tell you on that without going into a long diatribe of
It'll lock into
explanation.
one channel, and you'll hear like 12 conversations all
It
intermingled.
does some strange things. I've never had the problem, but I also aimed a Yagi at the tower I wanted to use, so
Yeah.
I never have that problem anyway. But they're both great scanners. They're excellent scanners. And Hamdo, if you're interested in an SDS 100, I got one. Talk to me. We can make a deal because it just sits in the drawer. I use the 200 all the time. And I have my G4 scanner, which I use in the car, so I really don't use the SDS
What,
200
that had
or
that
100
weird
very much.
unication.
Yeah, the Unication G4. The redheaded Ginger Shane put me onto that. That thing is
He did.
a monster. I love it.
All right, we got one from Marvin coming in.
Well, I think we missed one because Alaska Bill did. Where are the starred questions in here?
I don't know that they're. Yeah, I
Does
starred
it?
one. Yeah.
Oh, there
Okay,
it
so
is.
I just starred one. We didn't have any starred. It doesn't auto star like StreamYard does.
Okay. We must have already answered it then.
His question about the Bluetooth TNC mobile radio.
Yeah, we did answer that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Oh boy, I got to catch up on chat.
Marvin asked a
You
question,
can click
and
this one now.
he asked a thank you, boss. He asked a question without the super chat. Then he came back and fell on the sword, committed seppuku, and dropped in the super chat. How do you clean the sealant off a circuit board? So sealant is an interesting phrase. What do they call? They don't call it sealant that I'm aware of. They call it flux. Are we talking about the same thing here? And they have
No,
specific chemicals to remove it. From MG Chemicals would be the company name you're looking for on the Jungle Market on Amazon.
Gendron or Jeff could probably answer that. Well, Scott just said conformal coating. I don't know.
Oh, conformal coating, something different. Yeah.
Denatured
Alcohol.
alcohol cleans flux off quite well. And buy
Yeah.
100 pack of acid brushes for like $8.
They got them at Harbor Freight.
And those things are great. Skeet denatured alcohol on the board. Get the acid brush. You're not using acid. It's just what it's called. And scrub all that crap off. It's wonderful.
It is on a WizBlock Meshtastic.
Jeff agrees with me.
So if it's conformal coating it to make it weatherproof, then yeah, you probably want some type of solvent. Lots of PCB covered in hot glue these days. Isopropyl makes it chip right off. Yeah, you're not getting dip it in gasoline like it's Cosmoline, right? Cut it down.
Oh yeah, Cosmoline. Yes. When I cleaned off my Rusky rifle, that was a giant pain in the butt.
Oh yeah, my BMW intake and valve cover had it, and I was out there with a wire reel for ages getting it off because I wanted. I didn't want to. I did get it gasoline in the match, right, Ron? I got it powder coated, popped the hood, and candy apple red. It's pretty cool.
That may be one of the scanners that I've heard is pretty good too. I don't have one. I'm scanner rich, so I've been scanning for 40 years. I've had every scanner you could probably have that's worth a hoot.
This question's for Jim.
Do really nice hats protect you from too much sun? If I had thought to order it before Dayton, it would have been fabulous. But yes, your baseball cap worked too, except for my neck.
He's got a model that does that. You had your amateur radio caps cap on at
I had my baseball cap
Huntsville.
on. Yes, I was, but
Indoors.
indoors. Yes, that was just for identification purposes. Yeah, but I have the Boonie hat that I got from Patrick, and that's what I'll be wearing at Orlando and Dayton next year.
Roger's talking about the conformal coating again. Freon TF. You can take the Freon certification test, like you can take your ham radio technician test, and then you can use Freon. But you're not supposed to spray it into the atmosphere. It's supposed to be all entrapped.
Mm-hmm. Matt said isopropyl.
Yeah. But it might be cheaper for the cost of the WizBlock stuff. It might be cheaper just to buy one that doesn't have it on there.
Yeah, the WizBlock is nothing. It's dirt cheap.
Gendron's got it.
Yeah, him and Jeff both do that stuff all the time.
Acetone.
Let's see. We got Patrick. Just thought I'd share this.
Patrick's link. Yep.
Frank posted it already, but this guy.
Get you an updated link, Frank.
This guy right here, awesome hamware and stuff. I have 2 of his hats, and they're awesome. I also have a key fob and a magnetic name tag thing. So they are the schniz. Gendron has one. Everybody we know has one of these things, just about. Yeah. So I cannot recommend those enough. Let's see. Wow, you guys are a lot of chatting tonight.
Good.
Okay.
Somebody's cooking something that smells good. I'm outside and I can smell somebody else.
Are we ready for a new question, I guess?
Patrick, before we go, Patrick's hat is so nice that it's actually permanently mounted on the wall in my ham shack. And usually you guys can see it over my shoulder in the videos.
Mine hangs on the headrest in the back seat of my truck for easy access and emergency head covering.
Right next to the rifle rack?
There's no rifle rack in the back of my truck.
Okay.
No, there's
Next
not.
question.
No, there's no Freedom Seed dispensers in my truck. John, WV3L John, said any...
Oh, and he wants us to abuse him, by the way.
Okay, I can't say those. Those are Aussie words.
Not that kind of abuse.
Yeah, not that kind of abuse.
I don't know where your mind is tonight, Jim, but you've been...
No, I mean, I was just thinking of some of the funnier Aussie swears, but I'm not really sure the context level of those.
Right.
Any updates from Craig about the Toads board and DigiPi? So he means Craig or
KM6LYW. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Craig went on vacation when he got his boards, and I'm sure he's feverishly working on it. Let me double check while you're vamping over there. I'm going to look up his website.
All right, well, let me look at the chat then and see if there's anything that needs our attention.
Hamdo dropped in another question. I think he's taken advantage of Don.
Well, it's time somebody took advantage of Don.
What goes around comes around.
That's right.
And it could be that YouTube's notification system has sucked lately.
Mm-hmm.
It could be that you just didn't get a notification, and I didn't get one.
Is there a better way to get the Buddipole to play nice with the SWR? I noticed it's really finicky compared to my 25-foot vertical and EMP cloth ground. I mean, it's like any antenna. So, Ham Radio Jesus, Dave Kassler said this one time, and it is one of the most profound things.
Did Don post him up?
That Dave
Lee just dropped in a random $2 super chat. Thank you, Lee.
Thank you, Lee.
Didn't say that it was for that that answer.
So we should just ignore this?
We should. That's the rules.
Everything affects everything. Thanks. That's
Good thing
not really
Jody
an
put
answer.
it up.
That was just context.
It depends.
It does. It does. It does. It absolutely does. So, I mean, you know, All right. Do we want to go to another question?
Yeah. And
Okay.
people have put in the time and the effort to put their questions in the form that's linked in the description and linked in the chat over
Well,
there
we're
as they're
Win-
supposed to.
we're Winchester on questions after this, and this isn't really a question. KK4TX Bob says
Hey,
help
Bob.
with the I703 power scale. IC703 power scale.
Great.
Bob, need a little
What
more
what
deets.
what help would you need with it?
Are you talking the S scale?
The S meter?
Because those are not really standard across all radios. I mean, ICOM is their world and Yaesu is theirs, and generally, what is it, 6 dB per S unit, something like that?
Something. But it's not an agreed upon, like Jim said, it's not an agreed
It's
upon
not
scale.
standard. It's,
And when was it calibrated? And how old is the radio? And how,
yeah.
and it's all subjective and doesn't matter anyway. Can I hear you? Yes, great. You get a 5.9.
Are
Can
you
I not
bang?
hear you? Do I not like you?
Right. I mean, do I want to send you flowers? Hey, man, you're 10 over. Who knows except you, right?
Every time I get that W2HRC call sign, for some reason it's always down in the gravy. It's
Right.
always a one by one call, one by one signal report.
Right.
So back to the question about DigiPi, he does have AIOC/CM108 support, but I don't know if he's got the CM108 PTT on the GPIO because I don't know how the AIOC handles that. The AIOC is an STM32 chip. We're getting way in the weeds on this. Is an STM32 chip that has the ability for you to load code onto it to tell it what to do. It's a microcontroller like a Arduino or something. And one of the things you can do is you can load CM108 emulation onto it, but the CM108 chip has a physical pin that the STM32 may or may not have in the emulation that says PTT and
Right.
COS. So it'll probably work.
We have two. Hamdo is being cool and dropping a super chat for
Okay, so now
answering
we
his
can
questions.
go back up to the question that he had before
Which,
about the antenna, the Buddipole thing.
the
There
Buddipole
it is.
thing. So, do you have radials, a counterpoise? Because you generally need it for almost
This
all
is
ham antennas.
this is a dipole, coil loaded dipole.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Most. I said generally for most. So
So
that would.
there's a trick with this antenna because you have to do all the adjustments where you can reach it, and then you have to put it all the way up into the air where it belongs. So at ground level, you are closer to the ground, so the signals are hitting the dirt and bouncing back up at the antenna, so you're getting induced SWR. So
Mhm.
get it to be around high ones, low twos. So like 1.8 to 1, 2.1 to 1, something like that. And then when you raise it up into the air where it belongs, it's going to be 1 to 1 or close enough that it doesn't matter. And then
Right.
I do this because my buddy Wayne over at Elecraft said that he does this, and then like there's no reason not to. Touch it up with your internal tuner. Those coils are inductors. And that's what a tuner is. It's an inductor and a capacitor, and it finds the match for you and says, here you go. So you've got the inductor, touch it up with a little extra capacitance using your internal tuner, you'll be fine. Don't try to bring it from 7.200 to 7.350 because that's too much of a swing for those coils.
And this is Lee's from earlier.
No, it's not from Quirky. In the short that I did, I've had the guy's call sign and there's a comment. Let me see if I can find it in the comment. It was just something that I think that he made himself.
And Jody said the IARU Region 1 agreed on a tech spec for S meter calibration for HF and VHF UHF transceivers in 1981. So that technology is
Yes.
way too new for
Yeah.
most of these radios.
Jim is absolutely correct. Way too new.
And Scott is saying that Buddipole is twitchy,
Yeah, it's what they call a high Q antenna.
which makes it very twitchy.
So one move on the tap on the coil is going to move you a chunk of bandwidth, not a little tiny bit of bandwidth.
Right.
It's the design. But you actually, so this is where people give them a bad rap. Yes, it's difficult to tune. Once you get it tuned in, it's great. But the bandwidth is like this, and most of your dipoles are like this
Show us what
on the
Q,
meter.
that's what Q means, is what he's
Yeah.
pointing out here.
And then your dipole is like this. It's
Yep.
very broad banded. You get almost the entire band from start to finish on a single antenna without running a tuner. When you run this high Q type thing, you're actually rejecting these signals over here, and you're rejecting all these signals over here. So like I can laser focus in on that and reject everything else. Like you can only see my face, but now you can see everything.
Yep.
So let me get back to, it was Spencer who did it, is the guy's name.
Jeff
And
said ham sticks are the same way.
Exactly.
Jody was impressed with your technical jargon. Are you froze?
I'm actually watching my video to get.
Oh, okay, because you didn't move there. Jody said chunks of bandwidth, technical term.
There it is.
Hamdo, I'll hit you up after the show.
KQ4 VYY. KQ4 VYY. And so what he did was he 3D printed a call sign tag that goes on top of the Vero or the Radioddity or the BTEC logo at the top of the radio, and it's a perfect fit for that space. I saw him at the POTA meetup on Friday at Huntsville Hamfest, and I said, "That's awesome!" And then he showed up at the Radioddity booth on Saturday, and he's like, "Here," and he gave me 3 of them. Thank you, Jonathan. That's Boston Johnny.
Boston Johnny, right there. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's a preface for a question or he's just dropping a super chat.
I think he's covering the previous one. Yes. Very narrow banded, very, very wide banded. So you could almost have 2 different antennas in the same park on the same frequency that are both high Q,
see you, Jody,
but slightly off frequency. But you might be too close in the near field, and the signal is just so strong that it doesn't matter.
I mean, just an SWR is kind of annoying, and it just depends on the antenna. It depends on what it's near. Mm-hmm. Your hand anywhere near the antenna while you're looking at the SWR is going to affect it. Everything affects everything.
And even though we're talking about it being very twitchy and very narrow banded, which is true, I'm not negating that. The coil is your coarse adjustment, and then you move the whip in and out, and that's your fine adjustment.
Yep. So
you're going from 7.200 to 7.206 on the coil, and then you're going 7.202.5.
You've played with that antenna, right?
Yeah. I love coil antennas because they pack up really tiny. I had a Buddipole, one of the original W3FF versions before his son Chris took over. Not that there's anything majorly different, but like I get to claim the heritage, so I get extra points. I had that for a while. I did a video on the 705 where the 705 it gets all kinds of noise because it's in a plastic case and it's RFI and it's not properly shielded. How to choke out all that RFI, and that's where that whole gas station USB cable phrase came from that we use all the time. Apparently Jody's leaving. There wasn't enough sex toy jokes.
Right.
If we're out of questions, we can go to freebies in the chat now. That's allowed.
We're out of questions. We are Winchester questions.
All right. So DX Commander Classic as a permanent antenna. Yes.
Yes. Mine's been up for 4+ years. It's been moved a couple times. It's fallen over 3 or 4 times. I've replaced radials that my lawnmower guy just doesn't respect. But that antenna just keeps working. It's fine. And the Buddipole question, I will say this about a DX Commander. Adjusting the DX Commander, cut it exactly to Callum's, cut it to Callum specs, and go with God. Quit screwing with it. Because you have to take it down and put it up to test it. You can't test it when it's laying up. Just put it up and be done. And then play radio instead of spending an afternoon chasing the dragon.
Unless that's your jam, unless that's your thing.
I mean, we know people who like to do that kind of stuff. I don't. I want to play radio.
Adjusting a fan dipole is one of the more difficult things that you can do in ham radio. What I will say is using this as using any of the DX Commander, and it's not a dig, using any antenna. Let's just do that in broad strokes, because it is true in broad strokes. Take it down once a year. Maintenance. Make sure the doingy is still doingy. Make sure you've got all 3 of your guy wires actually still attached. Make sure your radio plate is still attached to your antenna, to your coax on your connection out there. Make sure your
Absolutely.
coax doesn't have any mice chewings on it or squirrel chewings on it or things along those lines. There's no such thing as a set it and forget it forever antenna.
And yeah, the things TO is talking about, I have done maintenance on it once or twice. You know, I had to replace a clamp and I didn't have any. I'm like, oh, it'll be okay. Twisted it, put it up, and it slid down. And I was like, why won't this thing? What in the hell? Oh, but I mean, if you do some decent maintenance and get good clamps, and if you don't have one, Callum has upgraded the kits tremendously
Yes,
since I bought
lots of
mine.
development. Yeah.
And this guy down here, old Matt,
Yep.
has at least one or two videos that I know I've watched where he slaps up a DX Commander just like that.
He's got the speed run. He's the current champion.
Was that a
I
double
believe.
Z snap?
2 snaps up in a circle.
That's
if anybody
right.
remember that.
Yeah, oh Matt has a very good video on deploying and taking down a DX Commander pretty quickly, because I know at one point he was using it for Poda or something. So,
And Craig, between the whiskeys, this is a pro tip right here. Anytime you get anything new, anytime you're planning on a very important trip that must succeed, spend some time in the backyard, set all your gear up, make sure it's all working, make sure you're not missing a piece or anything like that. Getting out in the field, like flying all the way to Alaska with your antenna and check luggage to realize when you got there you're missing the PL259 to BNC adapter and you've just ruined your entire activation. I got battery, I got coax, I got antenna, I got pole, I got guy wires, I got microphone, I got computer, I'm good to go. And you're missing a $5 part. Thank you, Andy.
that's our favorite North American Andy.
Yeah. But what Craig was talking about specifically is with the coil antenna, we call it characterizing, I think is the appropriate term in this sense. Set it up, figure out where it is on 20 meters, write down some notes, adjust it for 40 meters, write down some notes, adjust it for 12 meters, write down some notes, adjust it for 10 meters, write down some notes, get in the field, tap 6, done.
And Andy also recommends it.
Andy can tune his by looking at it. I actually watched this in the field in awe. Andy set up his DX Commander antenna. It wasn't resonant. He went, made one adjustment, done. No nano VNA, no rig expert, no nothing. Done.
And this is a great tip from Craig. And the next time I do any, or from Matt, I'm sorry, I was reading Craig's. The amalgamating tape on the joints.
Sealing.
And you're good. Yeah, that's a great one. I'm not going to read your comment out loud, John. I'm not going to do it. So
but Jody saw it.
Jody probably saw it. He's probably cackling like a mad Canadian right now.
The throwdown, the gauntlet has been thrown.
I ain't even going to come close. There's no way, because mine involves.
You got to stop for
swearing.
a sweat break, yeah.
Yeah, a towel, Dr. Pepper, a couple cigarettes.
But Matt has some cool facts about the way he's got his set up. He pre-gamed a lot of that setup on purpose and goes over how to pre-game it properly. Like my first tip, if you're going to ever take a DX Commander portable, is to screw the base plates on and leave them on and never remove them.
Frank, look up Matt's channel and post a link to his channel, if you would, please. Thank you.
I believe it's just called Matt Here.
I think it is too, but I don't remember. Let's see. We don't have any more questions other than that one of John's. I'm not going to read it. Oh.
My first one of these after having gotten my technician. Congratulations.
Sweet.
Are you the one that got your tech last Monday or recently with our group or with a different group?
I missed that one. I didn't see that come up. Oh, there it is. He just popped up. Yeah.
Yeah, 6 years old. Matt, we're getting old. I remember when you recorded that video. We're getting old.
It's been a minute. That was one of the first videos I ever watched after I bought mine.
I mean, John, you can put it in your pad. It doesn't have to be a hard copy. You're allowed to adapt. I forgot to say radio. I probably did.
Good day, mate.
Good day, Glenn.
As my daughter told me, good eye, mate. Good eye, mate. We're caught up on the chat and we're out of questions.
Did yours come? This is a question for Matt. Did yours come with DX10 or D10 or DX10? His probably came with D10.
I think mine was DX10.
because that was when Callum, like the first ones that he did was like military surplus wire, and then he got his own.
I'd have to look. I don't remember. I remember him talking about mil serp wire, but I don't know if that's what I got.
And then
I
Matt
never really
answered,
cared that much. So
DX10 old school. I only used it for the elements, cheap speaker wire for the radials. Yep, and
yeah.
speaker wire is a good thing.
Yep.
And Ed just wants to show that he's here.
Yes. How about them Phillies last night, Ed? Okay.
And then Matt corrected himself to say that I was right. Where am I? I am in Monument Valley, Utah, the land of the forgotten and forsaken. And there are some, I don't know if the camera's going to do it justice. There's some amazing views out there. See the, no, wrong direction. See the monuments?
Yep. That looks like a mesa.
Yeah, but they're called, it's small, so they're called monuments. The big ones are still called mesas.
What's a
And by
butte?
small, I mean, big enough that you can't climb it unless you're crazy. And you could build a house up there. You couldn't build a house up there, sorry. And then I'm headed to Flagstaff.
Take them
tomorrow.
where I get them, John.
Lots of grass there. I do not miss, I grew up in Maryland. I do not miss grass. Not one bit. When am I coming to New Zealand? As soon as you guys send in enough super chats for the tickets, we'll do a New Zealand fundraiser one of these days.
Right.
I have no problem going to New Zealand. Did you just, yes, exactly. I am about 10 miles from Forrest Gump Hill.
Okay.
I actually didn't know I was going to be passing by that spectacular moment in history. And I'm like, why does the traffic, like, why does my GPS indicate that there's traffic ahead on this otherwise empty road in the middle of nowhere? And then people are like trying to take selfies in the middle of the road. And it's like, oh, it dawned on me that they're trying to get the Forrest Gump picture.
Uh-oh. John, the screen
Welcome
is
back.
beautiful. You need to plan on buying a bracket of some sort too, or you'll be
Two.
very sad when you open the box.
2 brackets.
Yes. One to mount
The head doesn't attach to the radio. It also doesn't stand on its own at all. It's like
you literally, John, listen, I bought one and I sold it like a week later. It's a great radio. It works fine. You literally can't do anything with it except sit it on the seat of your car when you buy it. You have to get a bracket because the head, like Tio said, the head don't mount to the radio body unless you buy that bracket. And the radio body don't mount to nothing else unless you buy that bracket. So make sure you buy brackets.
But if you're doing portable satellite work, it's great. I don't know how
Isn't
well
that
the
what
black
Rob
edition.
uses?
He uses the non-black edition.
Okay, well that's the A.
Not that
That's
there's
the
anything wrong with that.
2730A.
I don't know how well that black screen would show up outdoors.
To me, it seemed a lot easier to read because the contrast on it is really good.
I don't have one, so I don't know. And without a mounting bracket, they lost my sale. They're done.
Right. Out. Over. I am trying to get one. I'm waiting on Radiodity to hook me up with the one we can never remember.
The DB50B Bluetooth.
Yeah.
No, the DB50D? DB50? Whatever. Yeah,
MB50, I think.
Okay. So Don wants to know, which potato gun antenna launcher do you recommend? There was a guy that we had on Coffee and Ham Radios a while back. This is not Coffee and Ham Radios. This is Ham Nuggets on
I don't remember who he is.
Channel.
I don't remember.
But he makes and sells them. But it's a couple of PVC parts down at the old hardware store. Can of Final Net and a lighter.
Yeah.
Don't go doing anything stupid.
And a quick dump valve of some sort. Yes, Lee. Hey, Lee. Hayden just did a 2730 video like the other day, and I watched it, and he might have mentioned that it doesn't come with a freaking bracket either. Indeed, he did. Let's see. Tom has what, Jeff?
Yes, he did. Get a tire bead blaster.
Patrick made one with PVC and a sprinkler system.
Oh, Tom has a potato gun, is what he's saying.
Oh, okay. Tom is an engineer. I would not trust myself unless I really got specs from somebody who knew what they were doing. Like, I'd be afraid to blow the damn thing up.
So they can buy actual firearms, but they can't buy
Not in
potato guns
VK.
made of
Not many.
PVC. They can't buy assault rifles, evil black rifles.
I don't know what all their rules are.
I have plenty of friends in VK land that own firearms.
Mine don't admit to it. Jonathan just bought a new one, the DX Launcher. The guys from Remote Ham Radio make it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Have you test fired it, John? I'm sure you have. You probably were out shooting random things in your backyard as soon as you got it, right? Assault taters. I like a salt and pepper on my taters. Let's see.
He hasn't used it. For shame.
What? You have a boomstick that you ain't used?
Glenn wants me to bring my RV to Australia. Glenn, here we go.
You're going to pay shipping, Glenn.
I'll give you the slow pan. It's 36 foot, whatever that is in metric units. It's a big one. I would not. I would sell this one and get a small camper van down there. Because I'd be coming solo because my wife's not going to fly 24 hours in a plane.
That's right. We know. Y'all are hiding it from us. Bob Stone is asking a legitimate ham question. Thank God.
Do I use what long wire?
Do you use that for long wire 160? He means the launcher.
Oh,
No, honestly, if you're trying to put up a 40-meter end-fed half wave, it's pretty useful because you can get your lead rope, your guy rope up first. If you're using it for an 80-meter end-fed half wave, I mean, there's a lot of what?
to put my RV in a 40-foot shipping container.
It'll fit. That's a good point.
Yeah, no. All right, finish what you're saying.
That was it. There's a lot of uses for it. Otherwise, you're doing this with a throw weight, which is what I use, and of course, this is not an exact aim doing it.
I've got
like that.
6-foot whip, 17-foot whip, 25-foot whip, and I'm going to be getting one of those 35-footers soon. But I got time. Aloysius.
Tio, when you turn your Pi Star node on in a new area, do you wonder if you're interfering with other nodes in the area? I travel with mine. Dude, it's not going to happen. You're like 250 milliwatts. And if it's in any kind of building, it's going to be so attenuated, it's not going to reach outside the building.
Yeah, mine won't make it out of the Faraday cage here. This is all metal siding.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do the ham thing. You know, like, is the frequency in use? Throw out your call sign. Is the frequency in use? Throw out your call sign. But on 2 meters, treat it like the old 1980s telephone. Let it ring a good 20 times, because grandma's got to get off the couch and walk over to the workbench and key up the mic and clear her throat and then put out her call sign to tell you that she's using the frequency.
I wouldn't even
clearly she was using it.
If you're using a Pi Star node or WPSD,
yeah, it's low power.
First of all, it's low power, but beyond that, you should be using it in the and I can't think of what it's called. Look in the ARRL band plan under 2 meters, and there's one for 70 centimeters, like local test simplex conversation stuff.
Yeah.
And those frequency ranges isn't anybody's repeater. At most, Aloysius, you're going to interfere with somebody in the hotel room next door to you who's also a ham, and he
You're gonna
might
flick
be
their lights on more than anything else. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a thing, dude, at all.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even think about it. I mean, I'm driving around with open spot in my truck all the time. It's turned on. I'm in a truck. I'm moving. It's not even going to interfere. And then again, the power is just tiny, quarter watt at most.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Like here, the nearest repeater is 40 miles away. So
yeah. So
there's hardly any cell phone out here, let alone.
See you, JG. Have a good evening, buddy.
Jean-Luc. And then
let's see.
Yes, the Outback corrugations would certainly tear up that RV. And I don't take this off-road. Quartzsite, Arizona is the most off-road that I get. And that's basically a parking lot.
Other Andy's asking, which takeoff angle is better for a loop, triangle, or square?
which neither triangle nor square are loops, but that's okay. I know what he's talking about. I'm just giving a hard time. I don't know. I have to model it.
That sounds like Momanagal.
Patrick, I will take you up on that offer hopefully soon. We were trying to get to Florida this winter, but it didn't work out, so maybe next winter.
Dude, that is the holy grail. And by all mode, I assume you mean D-Star, Fusion, and DMR. And that is never going to happen.
Or VHF, UHF, all mode. No, I think he's talking about sideband, not digital modes. When he says all mode.
Okay, I don't know. I was
But I'm
assuming
just arguing
digital
with you
modes.
because I can.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. No, I didn't forget it, Frank. I wasn't even thinking about it. Ted is with regards to Aloysius' question. Ted is saying he has yet to hear someone on Simplex next to me. He has evidence of hams around me. Yeah, I never have.
You got to make it a thing, man. Pull up the triple nickel, 146.555 or 145.55. I don't know, and then start talking. Yeah, 3 to 500 feet. So
Depending.
Andy says that he was asking which configuration is better. I changed it, trying to get Frank out of the way. Can only leave him on the screen for so long before it offends people.
He drags down the Nielsen rating.
The short, yeah, if you're old enough to remember what those are. The short answer is
all these guys.
And Andy, I know you know this. You're just softballing me here to pad out some time. I appreciate that. Whichever configuration you can get in the air in your area, it doesn't even have to be a triangle or a square. It can be an octagon. It can be an oval. It can be an egg shape. It's just as long as the ends connect at the ends and not all over the middles, it'll do good. For the 250th, the 250th what?
I'm guessing the bi-and-a-half centennial, which is coming up next year in July. The 250th anniversary of our country, when we told the Britons to pound sand and get bent.
Oh, that. Yeah, I would consider it.
When we spilled the tea.
There, I'm done. I'm kidding. Yeah, if I'm in the area, sure. Or if there's something amazing that you've got planned, let me know. Hit me up in the chat.
I would love to have a genuine Philly cheesesteak.
Yeah. So, do you want whiz on that? The best antenna in an apartment. This is where it gets a little tricky, Ron. They have, and I think you know about this, Ron. They have noise offset devices where you put two antennas up and you tune one in specifically to get the noise, and you tune the other one in to be your transmit antenna, and it listens to this and takes it 180 degrees out of phase and shoves it into this, and you can't hear the noise anymore. All the noise goes away. S7 noise level is still there. You just can't hear it. It doesn't bother you anymore.
You can also use something which is kind of doing the same thing. You can also use something like an antenna preselector, which lets you tweak the antenna before it gets to the radio. It's kind of like a movable bandpass filter, a very tight Q bandpass filter. And I did a video on those, I don't know, a year or two ago. Mark Hughes has a great question. Drink heavily. That's my answer.
Oh, hey, Mark. Yeah, I would take a Stanley knife, razor knife, X-Acto knife, and cut the center spacer out of it, and then just use regular wire strippers. But swearing is usually a good match.
Let's see. Look at 45 throwing out the 45
sesquicentennial. Nice.
I couldn't think of the word. I knew there was a word for it, but I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, I mean, the bicentennial happened in like 85?
1976, Dingleberry.
76? Don't math on stream. And I knew that, 1776, 1970. It's the quarters is what I was thinking of. The bicentennial quarters that we all carried that are now gone. Because we didn't care.
I had a postmarked $2 bill from then. I think I still have it somewhere. I showed it to my daughter. She was like, and what?
Yeah. Now, there's a couple of ham radio events that are non-ham fest that I want to do. I want to do um, the gravel rally in Kentucky with the El Cara boys, and I want to do STPR, Susquehannock Trail Pro Rally, which is in Wellsboro, Pennsylvania. That's pretty close to you. And then I want to do the Museum Ships weekend with Salty Walt in Virginia. We're actually going to Virginia this summer, so hopefully those two will. There we go, with whiz and onions. There we go.
Absolutely.
Um, Hopefully those two times that I'm in Virginia will overlap and make it one trip. And that's going to be getting on the USS Wisconsin and activating from the radio room of the battleship. So I'll be in the area, hopefully. But, let me know what's going on.
Ed, either one, Valley Forge would be fine. Logistically, I don't know, but you need to start planning it now so I can put it on my calendar because I have a very busy social calendar, Ed. And
Yeah, like 3
TOs,
ham fests a year.
yeah. Well, I try not to leave the house. David Pickles, that's the one I was talking about. It's antenna pre-selector. I don't remember the model. Probably find them on eBay. I don't remember that it was super expensive.
Yeah.
Let's see. Jeff is
I'm
saying use
catching up in the
scissors
chat.
to cut out the middle of the ladder line.
Yep. Really strong scissors will do.
Yeah, and if you want some good scissors that I would recommend is Raptors. They're on Amazon. Those are made by Leatherman, I think. And all the cool kids in EMS carry them because they'll cut belts, seat belts, pants, very expensive cowboy boots on drunk hillbillies. They cut anything. They're really good, very excellent shears. Let's see. Are you caught up on the chat? I'm trying to catch up here.
I'm still scrolling. I just got to Jeff's comment.
Okay. I just want to make sure you weren't just waiting on me to.
I'm always waiting on you.
Okay.
In 76, Don was a junior in high school. They had high school back then, Don?
I was in 8th grade, you geezer.
Oh, on a 14er. That would be great. I wish I would have known about it when I was in Colorado.
Is that like 14 parks? Is that what he's talking about?
I think that's what he means.
I talked to someone today. I did I can't think of his call right now, in the Washington, D.C. area, and it's a 6-fer on POTA.
Marvin, we did like 4 or 5 questions out of the form. Y'all have been slacking. Apparently, I have the smartest audience in the world because you don't have any questions to ask. Not you, Marvin. I know you're smart. Everybody else, that was sarcasm.
That's it. Mark Hughes, I did remember. It's Leatherman. Yeah. I still got mine. I keep them in the truck for when I need to cut stuff. Frank, that is correct. N2 NWK. That's the guy I talked to.
So, fireworks,
My man.
mounts. Yep.
Fire.
Pyrotechnics. So Ed comes back and says the hole in the wall cheesesteak place make better cheesesteaks. That's true. It's the same thing with barbecue. The best place to get barbecue is at a place that looks like it's already been condemned. Still catching up. 14er is the mountains that are 14,000 foot elevation. Okay. We were probably up 14,000 feet a couple of times when we were doing that trip.
Exactly right, friend. It's exactly right. Cut anything with those Raptors.
Yep.
Open an oxygen bottle too.
We are over time and we are out of questions. Is there anything thrilling that you have to drop on us, Jim?
No, I was just, I'm caught up. That was it.
Awesome. Texas barbecue is the best. I think that's a holy war right there.
I have never had Texas barbecue, so I can't opine on that. I don't think they put beans in. Oh, that's chili. Yeah, I don't know.
St. Louis style ribs, Kansas City style.
I don't like dry rub.
Carolina style.
Anything.
It's all too messy for me.
No, it's got to be wet and messy. I like them wet and messy.
Well, on that note, we'll cut that out for a short. You guys can upvote that later on, and we'll see y'all later. Thank you, Jim. Great stream. Thank you, everybody in the chat, and we will see you next go round.
Keep being awesome.
Oh, look at you.